Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. We're actually out at daytime and we're going foraging, so stay tuned. Hopefully we can find some cool creatures or maybe even something to cook. It's Smash Fishing, baby. Woo! Dirty looking Venus clam there. First thing we found so far. I always love the little orange bits on these. Some of the patterns on the banded Venus clam are amazing. But hey, we don't want none of them today. We're after bigger game. Check this out, guys. There's a big old dead man here, and look at that mound outside of it. That has got a telltale sign of a lobster. Hopefully there's one in it. I don't know if there's a back entrance there as well. Oh, fingers crossed there's one in. Just blocking you guys from the wind. Stone's just here, fingers crossed for a Larry. Come on. I thought I could see some antennae, and there you go. One little tiny lobster. I was kind of hoping for one a lot bigger than this, but hey, it's a Larry nonetheless. Just looking around the other rocks here, I can see a big antennae, guys, so I thought I'd put the camera on. Come on. Got one. Check that out, guys. Lovely lobster there, but she's a bit soft. She's actually pretty jelly like. So what I'm going to do is a lot of people have asked me, oh, can you do a catch and cook with a soft shell lobster? I'm just going to check this one's in. If it is, we're going to have a little cook up with this and see what it tastes like. Because a lot of people say they're watery. I've never tried one soft, so there's always a first time for everything, eh? So I've got my gauge here, guys. It's not illegal to take soft shell lobsters. It's just because a lot of people have said that they're watery is the reason that we don't. And look at that, perfectly in that lobster. If you see that in the camera, so happy days. We're going to try some soft shell lobster. I've never tried it before, but it's the first time for everything. Let's get her in the bucket. As always, guys, I like to get some seaweed in the bucket. I'm gonna get our lobster in. I don't know how this is gonna taste, but it won't go to waste. Even if it's watery, I'll still eat it. But you gotta try everything once nowadays. And today, it's a squidgy lobster. There's something in here, guys. I can feel it fighting the hook. You gotta be so careful getting the lobsters out of holes. You don't want to damage them at all, so. As if this is a lobster. I'm hoping it's a lobster. I'm hoping it'll walk out. I'm wiggling the back entrance here. It looks like a big male. Come on, stop walking out. Here she comes. Come on, you beauty. That's a lovely lobster. Here she comes. Come on. Got him. Yes. Look at that, baby. Lovely lobster. Look at that. Nice male as well. What a beast. Happy days. We're on one hell of a forage today, baby. Woohoo. 2 lobsters down. Let's get him. Absolutely chirping with that, guys. Another lobster. Nice solid one as well. Nice big crusher claw. What an absolute beast. Loving this forage. We've got one soft lobster, one solid one. We are on a lobster roll at the moment. What an absolute diamond. We've got one soft one, one hard one. We'll keep them in here because it will keep them perfectly alive for a long time. And if we get any more, we may release one yet. This is quickly turning into a really good forage, this one. It's quite windy today, so I'm trying to keep the camera as sheltered as I can, so I apologise for any wind noise. But hey, 2 lobsters in the bucket, baby. Woohoo! Big rocky outcrops like this are ideal to try and find lobsters in, especially if there's any really big ledges, just like that there. That's an ideal place to find one. I can see under it, so I know there's not, but just little tips that will definitely help you find more. Found a big rock here. It's got a big old dugout bit there. Just want to have a look around the front. Looks like it's dug out there too, so we'll have a little mooch around. Let's see if we can get anything out of it. You just never know. Oh, it's a lady crab. Look at that, vicious little things these are. It's a velvet swimming crab. This one's just shed its shell, that's why it's not feisty. Still very soft. Back you go, buddy. Another vicious little lady crab. They'll fight you any chance they get. I'm just looking around this reef. The amount of anemones around here is unbelievable. All snake clock as well. We got some bright green, some a bit more pale. Look how cool this piece of oarweed looks. It's almost like a giant fan. And this is called the holdfast. This is how they cling onto the rocks, and they can take on a lot of storms like this. It's amazing how strong that really is. So that there's called oarweed. Usually it would span up to 2 meters long. Awesome seaweed, perfectly edible as well if you wanted to eat it. Not my favorite, but hey, each to your own. This right here, this is the reason that the beaches get painted purple sometimes. This is the sea hare, and when they're breeding we tend to get a ton of this like purpley pinkish color sort of dye that they leak out. And that's the sea hare. See his big whiskers here, that's why they're called that. They got 2 of them, like 2 big bunny ears. Look at that for a lobster hole. Goes right down. Shame there's no Larrys in it though. That is a beauty. I'm going to remember that one for the future. This is a great looking lobster hole, this one. It's got loads of kelp in this pool here and it runs right underneath. And it looks like all the weed's been pushed forward. And there's another big hole there. We're going to check that one and then we'll see if there's anything in this because it looks good. Always a great tip for this, guys. Never put your hook in and start raking things out. What I always do is I go in one side and then I'm bouncing off the back of the hole, and then I'm pushing my way to this way. So what the lobsters will do is walk their way out instead of just ripping them out, because if there's any molting or anything like that, you could pull their claws off or even just terminally injure them, and there's just no point. Might as well save them for the future, and it's easier like this, that's for sure. There's a lobster hole here, guys. I can see a brown crab in the back of it, so what I'm going to do is try and get him out and get him measured, because I don't know if it's legal or not. Definitely looks a decent crab. Problem with brown crabs is they are really so strong. Oh, that's going to be close. Look at that. That's a nice one, that. What a beauty. That's going to be close. Yes, we got a keeper brown crab, baby. Haha. You don't usually forage many of these. You don't get a huge amount. But look at that. Nice. Ah, we got a brown crab. I'm so chirping. And it's in about 20 mil as well. You beauty. Look at that, guys. You can tell it's a solid crab as well. You can see the barnacles on it. And if you look underneath, usually it'd be like a dark colour. If it's sort of opaque or slightly see-through, that means the crab's a bit soft. That's a solid crab, not a bad one at all. That's probably the first real decent keeper that we've had in the last year. Lovely job. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to pin this crab, and how you do that is in between the claws there. I'm going to put it on my foraging gauge and then nip the inside there, and that will dismantle the claws, because we don't want it crushing up the lobsters. It will have mincemeat of these things. What a beast. He's just made mincemeat of my knife. These are one crab you do not want to get bitten by. You can see the dents in the wood of that knife. That's hardwood there as well. And this thing just crushed it. I don't know how I'm going to get my knife back now. What I've decided, guys, because I've got quite a lot here now. I've got a brown crab, I've got to keep a lobster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these two. I'm going to let the softie go. We'll eat a softie another time. You can see he's perfectly healthy there at the bottom of the bucket. But look at that. What a cracking forage. I didn't even want to come out today because I'm really tired from the night forages, but I'm glad I did, because now we're on a roll. So yeah, we're going to keep this. We'll cook a softie another day. Actually, I think we'll put the brown crab on the bottom. I'm so happy we found a brown crab. And then put that in there. Get the lobster tucked up down here, because often the brown crab will just squeeze it and probably break him to pieces. So we'll do that. Get the softie in the water as fast as we can. The blue on these is amazing when they've just molted like this. But there we go. We're gonna let him go down there. Put him out there a little bit. There we go. He's gonna drift his way down. That'll probably be his home till he hardens up. Plenty of food in there for it. Lovely job. What a lovely lobster. Here we go, guys. Look at the blue on that lobster. Starting to move away now. It's amazing to see. This isn't a rare blue lobster. This is a normal lobster for the Channel Islands. A lot of people were asking in the last video, do we have a V-notch system? We don't have one here. A lot of people were asking why I don't V-notch the females, but that's the reason. That brown crab crushed my knife so much that it's crushed the blade into the handle, and I can't get it out for the life of me. I'm going to need some pliers. Just shows the force of them, the big dents in the side here. That's why you never want to get one of those latched onto your finger. Check this out, guys. I just went to go check the same hole, and I believe there's another brown crab in here. Where's he gone? There he is. What I'm trying to do is get to the back of the crab, so then you can slowly pull them out. Oh, it's another pretty good one as well. Oh. And it's the female. Look at that. We had a male and a female in there. We'll check if she's legal or not. Always good to check the crab holes twice. That's a lesson learnt. And that one there's legal too. That's a legal sized brown crab. That 2 in one hole. It is. Look at that. It's about a centimetre in. I've decided to let this go, guys. I don't really want to eat that crab. It's a female, and it's not as big as the male, so I can make a sandwich out of the male. I'd rather the females go back. So there you go. Back into the hole you go, missus. Look at that. 2 brown crabs in one hole. That's a first for me. Proper chirping with that. Yeah, one hell of a forage. We haven't been here in this particular spot in a long time. So obviously the other foragers haven't been here either. That's awesome. Two lobsters, 2 big brown crabs. Well, not big brown crabs, but they're legal. But hey, I'm enjoying myself. What a cracking forage. We're gonna head up to a couple more holes, and then we'll make our way up the beach and go cook some lobster, baby. Got a lovely lobster here and our brown crab. Really pleased to find a brown crab though. Decent size as well. Not huge, but big enough to make a sandwich with. So what I'm going to do is go outside and dispatch these now, and we'll get them cooked up. Just got to get a good amount of salt in that water. Beautiful. What we got is a little bit of vinegar, just to help separate the meat from the shell. Give it a little bit of taste. Water's coming up to a rolling boil now, guys. So what I'm going to do is drop the crab in first, because they take in between 10 to 15 minutes to cook. So we'll drop that in there. It's been dispatched, as you can see, it's not moving. Same as the lobster, I've dispatched that as well. The claw fell off, but look at that. What a chunky claw. So we're going to give this a good 9 minutes cook, and then we'll drop our lobster in. The crab's cooked nicely now. I've given it a good 10 minutes. And what's left is the big old Larry. Just got to plop it in there, claw and all. A nice old cook up on the go here. Haha. Beautiful. Give that a good 7 to 8 minutes and we're ready to eat. Look how good that looks, guys. Nice sized brown crab, lovely sized lobster, beautifully cooked, ready for action. So what I'm going to do is let this cool down. I'm going to quickly pick it. I'm going to get some nice soft rolls on the go. Yum. We've picked the lobster, guys. Look at the size of that tail meat. It is huge. Get that bit of a swimmer out off there. We've just been picking this crab. You can see the lovely chunks on there. I'm going to go through this, get as much of it out as I can without eating it. I'm going to show you the finished product. The meat inside this crab is perfect. Look at that. All of the leg sections are coming out in one nice foul swoop. Out of one crab, one lobster, we got a nice bowl full of fresh meat. Look at that. I've eaten a bit of crab. I couldn't resist. So what I'm going to do is chop this all up now and get it ready for the soft rolls. Nice. That's our crab all mixed up. We've put some pepper in there as well. Bit of white pepper. Always goes well with a crab roll. And that is pretty much it. Delicious. Check that out, guys. That bun is deep rooted with lobster and crab. Delicious. Me and Sam's got one each. Or should I say, I've probably got half of one because my sister's hungover and wants one. So happy days. God, look at that. Packed with lobster and crab. Mmm. Brown crab isn't my favourite crab, but mixed with lobster, oh, that's an amazing sandwich. Cracking forage today though. I really did not expect to find any brown crabs. I didn't even have much hope for a lobster, but I thought I'd go down, give it a go in the old spot, and just so happens, bam, we got loads of stuff. Nice big malted lobsters that we released, but if we find one in the future that's really soft, then we'll probably cook it up just to give it a taste test. But hey, can't go wrong with this. And what I did is cut the top of the bun out and then squish it down so you can literally just stuff the middle full of crab. I find that's the best way to have them, for sure. Whoa. So I'm going to finish off my meal now, guys. This is absolutely delicious. Look at that tail hanging out. Awesome. So stay tuned for the next episode where I'm stuffing my face. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to share, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. There's going to be plenty more to come. It's Smash Fishing, baby. Woo!